Extraction shooters. Love them, hate them, tolerate them until a f***ing camping, clanker-loving hiding in a bush snipes you with his legendary gun that takes all your loot that you spend your hard-earned money on, and the stupid mother.
Hi, are you or someone you know suffering from Best syndrome like my friend back there?
Motherfucker!
Also widely known as bad at extraction shooter syndrome? Well then do I have the solution for you!
They're here and they're the sequel to Battle Royales, where the developers asked, what if there wasn't a circle and people could just leave whenever they'd like, and it's a constant tugging of risk versus reward. To which the gaming community said, see, over the years, we've seen a decent handful of extraction shooters, and while the genre is plagued with saying,
oh boy, another extraction shooter.
If I'm being honest, I don't think there's that many. Especially compared to Battle Royales or generic FPSs, there are 22 Call of Duty. Like, the only ones I've really played are Hunt Showdown, a bit of Tarkov until I got annoyed with constantly dying. You might say skill issue, but I say,
I mean, yeah, but you don't have to be so mean about it.
Anyway, in the genre of extraction shooters, we've seen a new addition with Arc Raiders, which has quickly grown to becoming my favorite. From its world design, to its gunplay, to all the different types of interactions that you can have with other players, this is a game that does so many things differently, it would take me a whole video to explore. Now right off the bat, there's something different about this extraction shooter. Can you tell what it is?
Slow down. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's third person. What a great idea. No, literally, I think this is a great idea that really helps differentiate this game from other extraction shooters, and makes it feel more casual. Now, that's not to say whether third person is or is not better than first person, because that's all down to what type of playstyle the developers intend. The intended playstyle. Now, yes, there's an argument to be made about corner peeking, where you can hide your body around a corner and shoot unsuspecting players, and to that I say, oh look, you can even shoulder swap your camera. Now, the gameplay overall of Arc Raiders is really well crafted, with there being 3 main branches of gameplay that I definitely didn't just arbitrarily choose. That being scavenging / inventory management, PvE combat, and PvP combat. Starting with the PvE combat, I first thought that the Arc would be equivalent to, say, the zombies in Hunt Showdown, just something to distract you and occasionally make you vulnerable, but they are so much more than that. They can honestly be just as much of a threat as players. Now, the Arc in this game are something truly unique. We've seen robot-based enemies plenty of times in video games, but something this game does differently is making it so physics are a key aspect of fighting them. See, in real life, there's this pesky thing called gravity, where objects are naturally attracted to each other, so when you're fighting Arc, they are constantly fighting physics to stay upright, much like real-life robots or my girlfriend, which can lead to some really funny moments. Say you shoot a wing, now you'll see the Arc struggle to stay flying, and maybe even crash in the process. Shoot a leg and watch it struggle to walk. You sick fuck. However, the interesting thing is that this can sometimes also lean into the Arc's favor, as when you shoot a thruster, they will begin to fly way more radically, much like me on the highway after a few bottles of gin. As a result, it can make it way harder to hit the Arc. That hurts the gin again, I'm not too sure. I just think it's so cool that the simple implementation of gravity can create a scenario that can screw the Arc over, but also screw you over. Even besides the fact that this is really clever game design that is really fun and intuitive to fight against, it's also just entertaining as hell. Like, dude, my favorite bot is the Leaper, because this sucker leads to so many entertaining scenarios. They can get stuck under roofs that make them easy target, fly you with such beauty and elegance, I don't want to look away because I just want to watch what happens when they land. Oh fuck. But you get it. The Arcs are super fun to fight against and a marvel of game design and engineering. I can't even make a functioning animation, and these bastards make beautiful robots adapt to whatever I can throw at them. They're just so fun to fight. What could possibly wrong? God, dude, I love the PvP in this game, and it's the key element that really makes every round of Arc Raiders unique. Because sometimes you'll get rounds that are basically free-for-all and COD, and others you'll be playing VR chat. But just like fighting the Arc, there's so many design elements of Arc Raiders that just make the PvP so amazing. From the sound design of removing someone's shield, to the importance of audio cues for things like healing, alerting birds, fighting Arc. God, the sound is so important in this game, and I fucking love it. And adding just the general feeling of fighting other players is just so fun and satisfying. You can have its hiccups, like when the game had an abysmal tick rate at launch and there were countless clips of people being shot around corners. But the best part about PvP is in this game, it doesn't have to be PvP. It can be PIWAPASBFAORIABWIFBY which obviously stands for player interact with another player and sometimes become friends, and other times results in a backstab, which is fine because I found his IP address and can call CPS on them. Now in solo, you can often have these PIWAPASBF moments. However, in duos and trios, yeah, good luck about that. But man, those games where you're having those friendly interactions are way more dopamine inducing than any game where I'm demolishing other players, like how I demolished your dad's cock. And trust me, getting those high kill games isn't that hard at all. Alexa, what's my KD?
Shut the fuck up, you stupid gas mask wearing belligerent fool. You think making these videos will bring you happiness? Well, they won't, because you are going to die alone in a pit of your own sorrows and tears as you yearn for a better life. Oh, and also your KD is 0.23.
Hell, I remember at launch I'd have so many friendly interactions that it got to the point where I missed PvP, so I went in sometimes with a full mentality to shoot on sight, but not backstab, because I genuinely cannot understand how people do that. I'm not saying you shouldn't backstab, you dick. I just wholeheartedly do not understand how you do it without physically hurting inside. It is cool though just how often you have these friendly interactions with other players.
Bro, you were the rat. You sat down. Yeah. I jumped down and waited to leave, and you fucking dumped on me, you bitch. Bro.
And I think the key reason for that is that PvP is just not that rewarding in this game. With everyone who doesn't have a free kit being able to shove their most valuable item up their ass, safe pocket. So if you did kill someone with good loot, they most likely brought it back with them when they died. Now some may take this as a con, others a pro. For me personally, I think it's fun, and another big mechanic that makes this game stand out. Not to say it's not rewarding at all, plenty of times you can kill someone and get some nice loot that they've looted generously for you. These factors just make it though so you feel less incentivized to do PvP. Speaking of looting, you'll be doing it here in droves. It's a good thing it's really fucking satisfying to do. From the colorful progress bar animation to the sound design of finding rare materials, you can play this game for over 100 hours and this sound will still elicit a dopamine response. There's also the inventory management, and while the space of your main inventory can feel small, I honestly don't mind it that much. I do think some stack sizes could be readjusted, but that's just my opinion. Now while this game is fun, like it's impressive just how fun this damn game is, there's another thing that's just as impressive, and that's how fucking gorgeous and beautiful these maps are. Holy shit. See, Art Creators has 5 distinct maps, all with their own unique design, tone, and playstyle. For the most part. Starting off, you have Dam Battlegrounds, which is this sort of swampy grayish map divided by the dam with its industrial materials, and I just find it's good for a more casual playstyle. Then you have Buried City, which is definitely one of my more favorite maps. Just because of how densely packed it is with buildings, as well as how they're designed and integrated with each other. There's a lot of cool parts where you enter a door on the ground floor, go up some stairs, leave through a window only to end up still on ground level, and it's just fun to see how they played with that. The buildings themselves are also usually placed in a way where it almost feels like I'm playing Dying Light with the amount of parkour I'm doing. Then you have Spaceport, which has my favorite design. I just find a lot of these high-tech buildings to be so cool to explore, in the underground sections with the giant launch tower in the middle, that is my favorite spot in the game to loot. Not just because of how good the quality of the loot is, but I just love the cool-ass view, and it's just cozy as hell in here. Like, whenever I'm in here, I just feel cozy while looting. Minus, of course, the deadly turrets, robot spiders, explosive testicles, and that at any moment a player could come up and rock my shit. And oh, hey, look, it's Buried City. Yeah, you can see other maps, which is just such a cool touch to make the maps all feel connected. Anyway, after Spaceport, you have the most beautiful one with Blue Gate, which is a super green and mountainous map that reminds me a lot of that one Battlefield 1 map. But most of
this part.
all...
Once you know what my love's gonna feel like, nothing else will feel
Who the
right.
fuck's smoking
It could be like, would be my ice cream, taking off your blue jeans, dancing at the movies, cause it...
Sorry, I got distracted. What was I saying? Oh yeah, but most of all, Blue Gate is just fun to look at, especially at night. Like, dude, I feel like I'm sitting on my porch and taking in the calming wind blowing by. Now after Blue Gate is Hell. No, sorry, I meant Stella Montes, a completely inside map that is close quarters and the closest to TDM this game has. I'm not saying it's a bad map by any means, just like the others, its design is brilliant and can be a lot of fun to play. It's just that it's so intense, I tend to stay away from it. It does serve a good purpose as the endgame high-risk, high-reward area. I just can't handle the amount of people you run into, because sometimes it feels like I'm playing a horde shooter. Now, as much as this game can be as fun as getting your balls tickled by the demon under my bed, It does have some drawbacks. For one, this main menu can be painful to navigate through. Aesthetically, it's fun. I like how you can see your little house clutter up when you're upgrading your workbenches and how your room gets filled with loot based on the inventory of your stash. These cute details may be small, but they really do add a lot of interactivity and feeling of progression. And the main menu and its UI are much better than the Netflix UI that has been plaguing other games. I just think much like my cat's personality, it could be fine-tuned. Because you will have so many moments where you're ready to go to the surface, but then you'll realize that you need to fix your gun, so you back out to the crafting menu, find the crafting station you need to use, realize you're missing a component, so now you have to build the component that you need to be able to build the component that you need, then to repair the gun that you need, and oh look, my friend's left out of impatience. You get my point though, it can just be very tedious and could use some refinement, so I'm not constantly switching back and forth between menus, because doing it once is fine, but this can happen multiple times in a row. Now refinement on that would require some effort on the devs part, but what wouldn't need a lot of effort is fixing the descriptions for things in this menu. Like cool, I have a bigger time window to press the roll button. But by how much, John? Can I press C the moment I jump off the roof and do a little roll? Or do I have to wait till I... There are just so many things in this game that could use some better communication, mainly around the perks. And you know it's true because they added the ability to reset your perk tree because so many people were misled by the descriptions. But man, if you thought that was rough, Embark announced that you would need 5 million coins like 20 days before the expedition was due if you wanted all bonus perk points. Now what is the expedition, you may ask, you cute little dandelion looking motherfucker? Well, it's Embark's solution to the reset, where in many extraction shooters they have a mechanic where you can reset all your progress. This game does it in a fun way where, like Tarkov, it happens at a specific time, but it's optional and gives you long-lasting rewards, which is pretty cool. You do have to work your ass off for it though, so don't expect to reach level 20 and boom, there you go. I just think the 5 million goal is a little much in that it really incentivizes you to just hoard and sell your good loot, where typically in extraction shooters, it's the mentality to bring all your good loot at the end of the season since you'll be losing it anyways. Like me gambling away my family's life savings after a cancer diagnosis.
Honey, what happened to all our money?
Oh, I spent it all on brick NFTs. Honey? You alright, hon? No!
So Arc Raiders, an amazing new addition to the extraction shooter format with its astonishing map design, sound design, even the fucking trees bark at you. PvP combat, PvE combat, it all comes together to build one of the best games of 2025. It has some kinks to get through, but for a game on Unreal Engine 5 to release performing like a beast on even low tier systems with minimal bugs is something I thought we had lost forever. So yeah, just what an excellent game, dude. But yeah, I just want to say thanks for watching, and as always, remember to update your drivers and to always abide by the speed limit. Unless you live in Randolph, Vermont, in which case, fuck you!